sorry, kiddo, I really am. You have a good soul. And I hate giving good people bad news.
I'm Tony. He's Mike, and we're wrapping up January with an actual good movie, which was a viewer request. And This is 1993, Richard Linklater's Dazed and Confused.
It was the last day of school.
Miss Crawford, I was thinking that maybe you and I can get together over the summer.
It was the first day of summer vacation.
You guys know anything about a party here tonight?
No, sir.
It was a time they will never forget.
There's a new fiesta in the making as we speak.
I thought he was cute.
Do you realize when he graduated, we were like 3 years old?
If only they could remember it.
Okay. You gonna be quarterback next year?
I don't know, I might not even play.
You're in need of a serious attitude adjustment, young man.
Super dominant male in a 50s greaser uniform.
That's what I love about these high school girls, man. I get older, they stay the same age.
The 50s were boring. The 60s rocked. The 70s, oh my God, they obviously suck.
Dazed and Confused. See it with a...
The cast is huge. It's an all-star powerhouse of a cast.
It is an all-star powerhouse of a cast. I will throw them up here as we're going along so you can see who's all in this thing, because there's a million of these motherfuckers.
Yes.
But just to kind of set this up relatively quickly, it mostly focuses on three characters. We got Randy, who's going to be the senior starting quarterback. He's getting some pressure from his coaches to sign this pledge to be a good boy over the summer and shit like that, and get your priorities straight.
Randy Floyd, before next fall, you're in need of a serious attitude adjustment, young man. You better get your priorities straight.
Stop hanging out with those other people.
And watch out with that other crowd you're running with. Don't think I haven't noticed. Hey, I want that piece of paper on my desk before you leave here today. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
So.
And then we have Jody, who is the older sister of Mitch, and she tries to convince the seniors, hey, take it easy on Mitch, because what they do back in '76 is they do a hazing ritual. They get all the freshmen, they round them up, and they paddle them.
Yeah.
Benny.
What?
I have a favor to ask you.
What do you need?
Take it easy on my brother this summer, okay? All of you.
Mitch Kramer?
Yeah, Mitch Kramer.
Very gay. I mean, it's very homoerotic. It really is.
Yeah. I'm gonna give him a beating. You now! Get the little kid!
Well, just don't get him more than the other guys. Any of you.
Got our word, sis. Little brother will be okay.
Thanks.
Anyway, so he's like, take it easy on him. It's like, oh, no, you just sealed poor Mitch's fate.
Oh, this is just a little bit of bullshit and all that, right? Major bullshit. He's a dead man. He's fucking dead. Shotgun!
And then we have Jody, who also picks Sabrina out of obscurity. Yeah. And invites her to come along for their hazing process for the soon-to-be new queen bees of high school. Yeah.
Hey, you. Come here. Who are you? Nobody. Are you a freshman? Yes. Well, are you in or are you out? In.
And shenanigans ensue.
All right, you little freshman bitches!
Well, hazing and shenanigans ensue. Okay, this all is focusing on the last day of school. So it is like literally the moment that the bell rings, the 8th graders are now freshmen, the juniors are now seniors, and there's this huge social web that kind of goes across not just the jocks, but also the stoners, and also the intellectuals, and also the party people.
Yeah,
but
Randy is like the linchpin of all that stuff, because Randy can navigate through all those groups very successfully, because he is a jock. He also hangs with the stoners. His buddy, who's also a jock, can also do the same thing. Dawson. Can also do the same thing. But he can mix with every one of those people
Precisely.
groups.
Yeah. I was going to say, this movie threads the needle incredibly well. It's chronological. Everything that you're seeing in the film is happening in the order that it's being put in front of you on this. But they managed to jump between all these groups and jump between all these characters, still make a coherent story, you know, and then also have payoffs for all of these characters.
This is John Borman levels of efficiency put to film.
Yes.
And it's masterfully shot, it's masterfully executed.
Yes.
All the characters, you buy into every one of these characters. None of them are, they're archetypical, but they have depth to them as well.
Yes.
There's more to them than just that surface level of who they're labeled as on screen.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I mean, the other thing is that there's also like the mirror images of a lot of these characters. And what I mean by that is like specifically you have Mitch McConaughey, or I'm sorry, Matthew McConaughey, who everybody remembers him and his line, and oh yeah, I love high school girls and all that. All right.
All right.
Hey, man, you still driving into Houston in the morning to get those Aerosmith tickets?
Ooh, you damn right.
Everybody remembers him, but what they are forgetting is that Ben Affleck is in this film as well. And these are both two guys. Ben Affleck flunked, so he's going to be a senior again.
Oh, it's still Ben, you flunk?
Yeah, what a dumb shit.
Y'all ready to bust some ass?
And there's a lot of talk about how, like, that's kind of weird and it's unfair that he's so into being a senior and all that. And Matthew McConaughey is the flip side to that, where he's no longer in high school, but he still hangs out with all these high schoolers, but he's the cool one. But he's also kind of pervy.
That's what I love about these high school girls, man. I get older, they stay the same age.
Yeah, I wouldn't exactly call that the mirror or the opposite. I would think Randy is really more the opposite of Banyan, where like his glory days are going to be past him as soon as high school is over. Randy, on the other hand, is looking past that. He's already looking past that. He's like, I don't even know if I want to play football this next year. Yeah. Even though I'm the starting quarterback, we have a chance to go all state. We can achieve all these things that most of these people are really striving for. But I don't know if I'm really into that. I don't know if that's really what I want to do.
Yeah.
I want to start doing shit for myself and not for everybody fucking else.
So, I just wanted to talk, about you quitting football. Or is it just this pledge? You're not signing the pledge, right?
I don't know, man. Well, maybe I'm not into any of it anymore.
And I completely appreciate the self-realization of his character on that one, where, he's got all of his buddies, hey, it's not just you, it's us, it's the team, we've all worked for this.
Yeah.
You just remember one thing, Pink. It ain't just about you, pal, it's about us, me, Donnie, Mel. You be fucking us over.
How much of that is any one of those characters, actual thoughts, or how much of that is the coach has pumped their heads and their parents have pumped their heads full of that bullshit and they're just spouting it because that's what people expect them to spout. And I love that aspect of this film, and that Randy's character is both in the thick of it, but he's also questioning it at the same time, which gives permission for all these other characters to question it as well. Maybe not quite as sincerely or in depth as he does, but because Randy is not locked down to any one single social group, he gets exposed to all these different, ideas and different mindsets.
Any other illegal activity that may in any way jeopardize the years of hard work we as a team have committed to our goal of a championship season in '76.
You guys are actually signing this crap?
Guys, what are they going to do next? Like, give you guys urine tests or something?
See, I just didn't know that drugs and alcohol were such a big problem that they had to resort to neo-McCarthyism.
There are the people that worship the jocks, and then there's like even the old man when they're at the football field, the baseball field, and they're waiting for Mitch to finish the game so that they can beat his ass with a paddle. Even when that's going on, there's the old man that walks up and he's all, "Yeah, you're gonna throw about 2,000 yards next year." Yeah.
This arm ready to throw about 2,000 yards next fall?
Oh, I don't know. We'll see.
We're depending on you boys. 13 starters coming back, 22 ladder men, looking tough.
Yeah.
And he kind of has that like maybe. So, I don't know. I mean, if I'm doing it, I'm not doing it for you. I mean, I appreciate the kudos and all, but it's not why I go out there. So, I mean.
And the only person that actually understands it, other than Wooderson, is his buddy Dawson.
Yeah.
You know, who's like, you know, so this is it. You know, you're probably not going to play. He's like, yeah. He's like, you know what? All right, man, fuck, I'm cool with that.
I might play ball, but I will never sign that.
We'll get on out of here.
Hey,
Let's do it.
so that's that, huh? All right.
So,
You know, so let's talk about Mitch, because
see, Mitch is kind of like the second coming of Randy in that he's a baseball star. He's the pitcher, which that's the big position in high school baseball. And here is Randy basically taking this kid under his wing and kind of letting him know, hey, guess what? You can hang out with all these different people too.
Yeah.
And you know what? You can hang out with the stoners and you can have a good time with all of them. You don't have to be just a jock. You don't have to just be a pitcher. And you know what you really don't have to do? You really don't have to do what all these people are trying to pump into your head for the next 4 years, you know, of, oh, we can go to state. We can be an all-star. Do what you want to do.
Yeah.
So
not only that, but like I like how the rest of the group takes him under his wing as well. Like Dawson, like, hey, you know, you like that one chick, Julie? We got to play it cool, you know, gives him fucking, you know, some older brother advice and stuff.
Hey, man. The Julie chick loves you. Gotta play it cool, you know. Can't let her know how much you like her, because if she knows, she'll dump you like that. Believe me. Like, if she asks you to ride out there with her, you don't do it. You say something like, nah, get my own ride, but maybe I'll see you later. Sounds stupid, doesn't it? It works.
And so at first he's like this weird, quirky kind of a guy, but as it goes along with each experience he has to that night, he just gets more confidence and more confidence. And by the end of that fucking night, he's like going to be a school legend. He's already a legend by the end of that night.
Yes.
He gets his ass busted. He gets revenge on O'Banion, a beautiful revenge.
I would like to dedicate this first lick to your mother. Fucker. Oh, warmer. What the fuck?
Remember me, you pig?
Oh, fuck, get away! What's the matter with you? It's fucking pitiful! What are you smiling at, freshman faggot? Fuck you.
That scene is so fucking good. He scores with an older chick. I mean, and then even his sister's like, well, I guess I got used to seeing you in my social fucking events now, don't I?
Yeah.
Guess I might as well just get used to you being at the same social functions as me, huh? And hanging out with people I know.
Yeah. And then he gets completely he gets a get out of jail free card from his mom when he gets home after showing up when the sun's coming up.
and that's great, because the sister puts him on this path unknowingly.
Yes.
Unknowingly puts him on this path. And there's that joke at the end where she sees him at the party, and he's like, well, just wait till mom sees you, because she's fucking tough. You're gonna be in big fucking trouble. And he's like, yeah, just ask her not to take it easy on me.
You know, Mom barely even let me out of the house when I was your age. Hey, don't think for a minute she's not going to be waiting up for you when you get home, because she will be.
Yeah,
and
well.
she's tough.
Just don't ask her to take it easy on me, please.
What's that supposed to mean?
But Big Sis delivers in the end. He gets a get out of jail free card.
Yeah, yeah.
Sabrina is the one that gets kind of let down this movie. She's set up, and she kind of gets delivered in the end, but not in quite as satisfying. Yeah, not as satisfying.
Sure is nice to pile on some old pancakes and syrup after a night of beer drinking, isn't it? Good night.
You're not wrong, but this movie is most definitely of its time. It is an accurate reflection of '76 and all that, and that girl athletics in the '70s was not like too terribly big a thing, you know.
Well, it's not that. It's just her character to get the same amount of screen time and development as.
Oh no, absolutely
as the other
not.
ones, is what I mean
Absolutely
by
not.
this.
And I'm going to say, like, she's also hanging out with like the nerdy kid.
Yeah.
You know, they actually refer to them as the two guys that did the Watergate investigation. Jordan, what were their names?
Woodward, Bernstein. Guess that makes you deep throat.
So she gets introduced to Tony like during their hazing.
Yes, yeah. There's the you know, say anything, do anything, you know, blah blah blah, hazing bit.
Hello there.
I would like for you to propose. Tony.
Oh God.
On your knees. Will you marry me?
What am I supposed to say here? I don't know. What do you do for me?
Anything you want.
Then she gets dragged to, you know, hey, all right, you did everything you were supposed to do. You didn't whine, you didn't bitch, you didn't complain about it. You get to come hang out with the cool kids. Now we're going to this big party, but then the party gets busted up because the keg delivery guy shows up early. And the parents who were supposed to be going away for a weekend were like, yeah, unpack. Yeah. We're not going anywhere.
Yeah, inconvenience for you. I'm sorry. Brought Mr. Pickford all together.
Hey, these things happen. Don't worry about it.
Were you going to have a party here tonight, son?
I don't know what that was all about.
Start unpacking. We're not going anywhere.
And I love how people keep showing up at the house and then, you know, running off when the dad opens the door.
Yeah.
That part, perfect. But then they wind up having the big party in the middle of the field.
The beer bust at the Moon Tower.
You heard about the party being busted, right?
Oh, yeah.
There's a new fiesta in the making as we speak. It's out at the Moon Tower. Full kegs. Everybody's gonna be there. You ought to go.
And she basically gets reintroduced to Woodward and Bernstein, and she's like, you know, he comes on to her in like the most awkward, weird ass way possible.
But that's portrayed very well because they're both socially awkward people.
Yes.
So,
Does your offer from this afternoon still stand?
What am I supposed to say? Anything you want.
So after that quick little exchange, they just sit there for a second, like, yeah, we don't want to do it at this point.
Yeah.
And then later on during that party, they're finally starting to get a dialogue going on. They're in the back of the El Camino talking, and then Parker Posey walks up.
Yes.
And it's like, all right, freshman, air raid.
Yeah.
Air raid freshman.
What?
Air raid freshman.
And she's like, well, no, I'm not doing that shit. And then Tony tries to stick up for her, like, you know, you don't have to do that shit because she's a thing.
Wait, she doesn't have to air raid because she's with me, okay?
He's like, no, sorry, dork. She needs to air raid right now, or
I'm making your life a living hell for the next year.
Oh, that's that. Miss Hot South. I'm gonna make the next year of your life a living hell.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, it's funny that, okay, so Parker Posey and Clint, I think was the other guy.
Yeah.
And they go to this party, and it's supposed to be like everybody's supposed to be there to cut loose and have fun and blah, 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 blah. But these are the two assholes that have to flex their alphaness, you know, in front of the herd. And for some reason, like, I'm here to drink beer and kick ass, and I'm just about out of beer.
Relax.
Hey, I'll be watching you, Newton. I only came here to do two things, man. Kick some ass and drink some beer. It's like we're almost out of beer.
And he picks like the dorkiest kid there to pick this fight with to show how tough he is. And the funny thing is that, you know, the dorky kid gets, you know, pissed off and then walks over and cracks him upside the head a good one, which was awesome. I mean, he gets his ass kicked, but at the same time, we don't get to see the play out with Parker Posey in that regard. But she's got that same energy that, like, I'm older than you, and this is a party, and I'm drunk, so I'm feeling a little so you're just going to have to do what I say.
Don't air raid for that bitch. I hate that shit. It's like that Clint fucker in front of all his friends. Huh? A motherfucker.
All right. Okay, Mike.
Dominant male monkey motherfucker.
Avoid those people, right? Just know that going in. If you're in that younger set and you're like getting invited to a high school party, don't be that asshole that just decides that they got to start shit at a party because they think it makes them look cool. It don't make you look cool. It makes you an asshole.
Yes, I am.
Oh, boy.
Aha!
Really, I mean, but there's a shit ton of comedy. There's so many other characters that get a chance to talk about. I mean, there's Slaters.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Oh, man, I'm fucking waiting.
There's Wooderson.
You just gotta keep living, man. Livin.
There's Dawson.
Like this. You spit or swallow.
There's Bane.
Okay, all you freshman fucks, listen up!
There's Melvin.
We just want to know something, okay? Are you going to be fucking that later? Or are you going to be a little wimp, huh?
I mean, there's a whole shit ton of characters. Milla Jovovich is in it briefly.
I was going to say she's briefly in it, but this was also back when she was trying to actually kick off a music career.
Yeah.
And she actually did like a live performance on like one of the big nighttime talk shows. I don't remember if it was Jay Leno or David Letterman or whatever, but her album is available. You can still get it. But she is playing a song, and then it like leads to a whole conversation about George Washington and weed, which is hilarious.
Wait, man, that song's about that.
Yeah, man, that song's about that.
About aliens.
George Washington, man, he was in a cult, and the cult was in the aliens, man. You didn't know that?
And Martha would help him grow it and roll it.
George totes weed.
Absolutely, George totes weed. Are you kidding me, man? He grew fields of that stuff, man. That's what I'm talking about. But you know what? Behind every good man, there's a woman. And that woman was Martha Washington. She had a big fat bull waiting for him, man, when he come in the door, man. She was a hip lady, man.
There's so many great scenes. This movie is infinitely quotable. I mean, it's a beyond a recommend. It's a buy. It's a watch as immediately as you're done watching this.
Yeah.
I got nothing but good things to say about this movie.
I'm just gonna say this: like watching this. This is the weird thing. First off, it made me feel nostalgic because, like in the mid '80s, high school was still very much of this.
Yeah.
But it also like led me to a lot of things, like the disappearance of the monoculture. And what I mean by the monoculture is like everybody wanted Aerosmith tickets in this movie. Everybody was like, "Hey, that's the biggest thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna go see Aerosmith this summer."
I gotta get going. Me and my loser friends, we gotta go get Aerosmith tickets. Top priority of the summer.
And I'm thinking, you couldn't do that now because music is so subdivided and like high school is like everybody has their own unique little clique that they stick with through all of it, and it's nowhere near as vitriolic as this, and not everybody is trying to fit in. A lot of people have just kind of given up on that.
Yeah.
But then on top of all that, giant social occasions like this don't happen in high school anymore. I mean, it's not like oh, hey, so-and-so's having a kegger and 50 people are going to show up and hang out in the backyard and jam out to Foreigner 4 and get drunk.
They may, I don't know. I mean, it's been, God, almost 40 years, 30, 40 years since I've been in high school. I can't fucking remember. Actually, I graduated the year this movie came out, so there you go.
Yeah, I was going to say, as someone who has, kids that have not been out of high school too terribly long, it's like, that whole aspect of social, like going to the Emporium where there's a bunch of pool tables and pinball games and like all the teenagers go and hang out and they mix with other groups that they don't in school or whatever. That's not really so much a thing anymore. Now everything is online and gaming and Twitch streaming and this and that. We've lost something because of all that. And yes, I'm a bitchy old man to say that, but it doesn't make it any less true.
No, it doesn't.
But then on top of all that, like the segregating of culture, like all these different, basically fan bases that are all into their own little niche thing, not intermingling with each other has like, I'm amazed at how unsocialized kids now are just because they spend so much time online and they think that they're getting the same thing out of it that we got out of it by like going and hanging out at Tilt or going to the mall or hanging out and just like running into people that we never would have met anywhere else or any other way.
Yeah.
If you're a gamer and all you're doing is getting on Twitch streams and watching other gamers or socializing on Call of Duty or whatever, it's like, no, you're never going to meet people that don't have that interest whatsoever, and you're never going to have an opportunity to actually sit down and talk to them and find out what you do have in common.
Yeah.
So, bitchy old man, sorry, but I just felt the need to bring that one up because this film illustrates it so well, and I feel like there's a bunch of people that I went to high school with that I knew in passing, but I actually knew their name, and I had talked to them, and I had hung out with them, and I had shown up at a party where they were at and chit-chatted with. When does that happen anymore?
Yeah.
So
yeah, when people wonder why our generation is still so nostalgic for our time, is because of stuff like this, you know, because when there was still social interaction, real social face-to-face interaction, you know, it's funny how social media has made everybody so antisocial in real life.
Yeah,
it's fucking ironic. But here we are.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say, like, do teenagers actually all get in their cars and drive out to the Hardys and hang out in the parking lot and shoot the shit and you know, try to sneak a beer past the guy that's, you know, patrolling the lot anymore? Did anybody do anything like that?
Or you grew up in Jefferson County and you cruised Festus Main Street, or you fucking shot pool down there and did stuff like that.
Yeah.
And, we had places that we hung out. There was like the Sign, there was Ingle Creek, and there was all these places where we had something like a beer bus going on where all these people would show up and it'd be this big party with, you know, 30, 40, 50 plus people, and just shit happens. Sometimes there were fights, sometimes there wasn't.
Sometimes the cops showed up and busted up the party and made you dump all that shit out, and sometimes everything went great. So it's the risk you take. But
this captures all that stuff perfectly. I mean, I get super nostalgic when I watch this movie too. Even though I didn't grow up in that specific era, I feel like I did, because essentially we did. It's just
I was
10, 15 years later.
I was there, but I was in grade school, but I had an older sister and an older brother, so I was exposed to a lot of this.
No, but you had the same experiences,
Yeah,
you know, 5,
in the
7
80s,
years later. Yeah, it was the same thing. It's just a different decade.
Yeah, it had evolved a bit, and, you know, everybody was listening to Def Leppard, not Aerosmith, but, you know, I'm just saying, you know,
But you know,
everybody was in line for Hysteria tickets and Tesla.
But everything that happens in this movie, I have done or have witnessed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everything.
Absolutely.
Short throwing a bowling ball through the back of a window.
Not only have I've done it, I was going to say I miss it. I miss it. I miss it terribly, because you know what? There is something that's amazingly fun about, you know what? You're going out, you don't really have any plans. You run into some people, you know, the next thing you know, you're out until dawn. Yeah. And you have just had the most whacked out, fun, fucked up night of your life, and words, you know, don't do it justice. You just kind of have to experience that firsthand. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
So
that's what I got.
It's an absolute recommend. It's an absolute buy. Matthew McConaughey, we're blessed with from this movie.
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man. It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
I'm curious if I know this was very early in Ben Affleck's career, but I don't know if this was his first film or not, but he's almost a little chubby, a little dumpy in this film, but he's playing that super senior.
Oh, that's it. I fucking saw that, you little sack of shit. You two are fucking dead. You hear me? You're fucking dead.
So I'm not positive. I know it's before Good Will Hunting, but
oh no.
But yeah, anyway, yeah, I absolutely adored this film. Thank you for recommending it to us. I'm glad we got a chance to actually watch it and shoot the shit about it.
So shout out to our cousin V in Austin, where this film was based out of.
Yeah. So anything else?
That's what I got.
All right, we will catch you next time.